This is a video going over a suggested maintenance schedule and other maintenance operations. The catalyst LTLF system will require periodic maintenance. Doing a few simple procedures can dramatically increase the life of the chemical system. This is a suggested maintenance plan. Due to site-specific conditions, the intervals may need to be changed. During the first week, retorque all chemical pumps by tightening all bolts and nuts to 50 to 60 inch-pounds. Carefully inspect all connections for signs of chemical or water leaks. If any leaks are found, fix them immediately. Check calibration of the chemicals. Tighten all hose clamps. Check the water temperature, it should be 70 to 110 degrees Fahrenheit. Then on a weekly basis, check the strainers on the chemical lines for blockage. Check air filters, drain if there is oil or water in the filter or on the floor. Clean system by wiping down with a damp cloth. Use air to blow off the pumps section. And on a monthly basis, check the torque on the pumps by tightening all bolts and nuts to 50 to 60 inch-pounds. Inspect the system for leaks. Check calibrations. And tighten hose clamps. Now, when the flow mem and the RAM K4 are replaced, the calibrations might need to be copied. If the calibrations will need to be copied, the machine will show this error when the system checks the calibration value in the RAM K4 card and compare it to the value held in the flow mem card in slot 5 and they do not match. This most likely happened because either the flow mem card or RAM K4 card was replaced. If the flow mem was replaced, the calibrations will need to be copied to slot 5. If the RAM K4 was replaced, the calibrations will need to be copied from slot 5. To copy the calibrations, do the following. To copy the calibrations, first, enter in the level 7 password. Next, press the 2 key for 2 equals program. Then, press the 5 key for 5 equals copy. And, press the 3 key for 3 equals copy calibrations. Press the 1 key to copy the calibrations to slot 5, do this if the flow mem was replaced. Or, press the 2 key to copy the calibrations from slot 5, do this if the RAM K4 was replaced. To finish the copy, enter in the level 7 password and press the 0 key to exit. If the memory card has been replaced, you will also need to send a group formula update from PulseNet. This should be done for the Catalyst LTLF system group. If this error occurs and no cards have been replaced, then it is likely that the calibrations on the processor RAM have been corrupted. Follow the same procedure and copy the calibrations from slot 5. Sometimes, a valve might need to be replaced. You can do so by completing the following procedure. It is important to remember chemical safety when replacing any valve. Employees should always wear protective equipment when dealing with chemicals, and remove all pressure and power from the system before performing any maintenance. First, you need to disable the system, by pressing the ENT and NO keys. Next you need to flush the system thoroughly. Be sure to clear all chemical from the line if you are replacing a chemical valve by flushing the pickup line with water. Press the emergency stop button. Close all chemical and water lines, by clamping the lines and closing all shut-off valves which can be found here. Remove the valve cover, by removing the 4 screws. It is important to note that the screws have to be removed carefully. It is recommended to loosen the top right screw and bottom left screw partially, then loosen the top left screw and the bottom right screw partially, then fully loosen all screws. Replace the valve. Reinstall the valve cover. Note, it is important to reinstall the cover the same way you took it off, by tightening the top right screw and bottom left screw partially, then tighten the top left screw and bottom right screw partially, then tighten all screws fully. They should be hand tight with a screwdriver, about 10 inch-pounds. The last thing you need to do is test the system for any leaks, by either flushing the system, or priming the system. Every once in a while it is necessary to replace one or both of the gears in the flow meter. To do this, disassemble the flow meter by completing the following procedure. It is important to remember chemical safety when replacing a flow meter gear. Employees should always wear protective equipment when dealing with chemicals, and remove all pressure and power from the system before performing any maintenance. To disassemble the flow meter, press the emergency stop button. Open the flow meter by removing the 4 bolts, and blue cover. It is important to note that the bolts have to be removed carefully, loosening bolts only partially then loosening them all the way. It is recommended to loosen the top right bolt and bottom left bolt partially then loosen the top left bolt and the bottom right bolt partially, the fully loosen all bolts. Remove the gears and replace. Reinstall the gears. Make sure the magnets on the counter gear are facing out and the gears turn properly. Reinstall the cover. Rotate the emergency stop button. And flush the manifold thoroughly. Note that it is important to reinstall the cover the same way you took it off. This concludes the suggested maintenance schedule and other maintenance operations video for the Catalyst LTLF system. Thank you for choosing Softrol.